What is up, you guys? My name is Madison. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. So today's video is going to be my 2023 TBR. I am going to be going on a book buying ban unless I'm buying it with a gift card. The only other exception is if somebody gifts me a book, which happens quite frequently, or if it's like a textbook or like I need it for a class or whatever, because obviously like I can't get around that. And if I can, like I'll probably try to use like Audible or like invest in like a library or something like that, just to, you know, help me get through my books a little bit faster. I do have a lot of books, and also I live in a different state, like from my bookshelves, and I have a lot of books there that I would love to be able to bring back during certain breaks and stuff. So yeah, I'm going to get started, but just so you know and are aware of the fact that I won't be purchasing any books other than with a gift card or if it's for a class. So I'm currently in the middle of 2 books, both of which I hope I can finish tonight. But the first one is Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I'm currently on page 192. I am annotating the book, but yes, I am enjoying it so far. I don't necessarily like the drug aspect of it, but that's just my own personal thing. Like, it's nothing like to do with the drugs, more just like my history or whatever. But other than that, I absolutely love the concept of it, and I think it's phenomenal. And the other book I'm in the middle of is Dash and Lily's Book of Dares by Rachel Kahn and David Leviathan. I know it's no longer Christmas, but I started reading this before Christmas and then put it down and never picked it back up. I'm pretty early on. I'm only on page 76, but I would like to finish this, hopefully. And yeah, because I do love the show, and it would just be worth it to finish the books. And going through the pile next to me, you'll probably start to understand why I'm on a book buying ban. So let's just get started. The first one I have is The House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. This book is just intimidating. It's massive, and I never wanted to pick it up, but knowing that it's either I read this book or I don't get a book kind of thing, I just want to go through and I want to read it. The next book I have is Crave by Tracy Wolff. Same thing as House of Earth and Blood. It's just massive, and I know that once I get through it, like, I'll be fine. And I also thrifted that book, so it's not like I paid a lot of money. Like, so if I read it and don't like it, like, I don't feel as bad. Next, I have Cemetery Boys by Aiden Thomas. This was on my TBR the entirety of 2021, or like when it came out in 2021. But my mom liked it, my brother liked it, and I think it's just time for me to take a year and read it. The next book I have is The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin. I've heard a lot of people like this book, but I've also heard a lot of people don't like this book, and that was putting me off of it. And again, it's quite thick, but the inside is also quite large, so yes. The next 2 are actually like brand new books. I got them for Christmas, and I'll probably bring them back with me to Pennsylvania. But they are both by Robert M. Drake, which is my favorite poet. This is Something Broken, Something Beautiful. It's thick, so I could probably, read it like on a plane ride. And the next one I have is What I Feel When I Don't Want to Feel, again by Robert M. Drake. I'm putting these 2 together just because I know that these are going to be done probably by the end of this month, if not like literally today. Like, I want to read these so bad, and I'm so excited to read it. Yeah. Next, I have Kingdom of Back by Marie Lu. My goal is to read all of her books because she is my favorite author. I'm so excited. Like, I love her writing, and I think I just bought Legend. So I'm gonna read that, and then once I read Legend, I have the other 2 in that series. I think there's 2. And then I have that one, and then I have the second book in Sky Hunter, which I think is called Steel Striker. And then I have the last 2 in the Young Elite trilogy. So I have 7 books to read by her. And I guarantee you, if you put the books in front of me, they will be done by like the end of the year. So fingers crossed that somebody buys me those books, or I get a gift card so I can buy those books. But yeah, I'm super excited to read that book. Next, I have Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. I just thrifted this book. It's $3. She wrote Gone Girl. I watched the movie and I didn't like it, but everybody seems to love the book. But so I found this just kind of like introduced me to her writing style. Yeah. Next, I have Messenger and Son by Lois Lowry. These are the last two in the Messenger quartet. I've also been meaning to like get through those. They've been on quite a few of my TBRs. But yeah, like hopefully I can finish that. Hopefully, fingers crossed, pretty soon. I would love to get through all of these like while I'm back. Because like I have like a week left here, and then I have a week like for spring break, and then obviously I'll be back summer break. So hopefully I can read all of those during the breaks. And then I also come back for Christmas break, which is a year away. The next book I have is The Girl in the Well by Ren Chupega. This is a new book. I want to read it. I brought it for the plane ride, so I thought I'd read it on the plane, and then I just didn't read anything. Actually, that's not true. I read Catherine House, but it's such a dense, thick book that like I'd go back and read over and over and over it. And I knew that like this book and then another book that's on this TBR were in my bag. I just could not for the life of me seem to pick either one of them up. So, fingers crossed I can read that pretty soon. And the second book I have is The Kiss Curse by Erin Sterling. Again, same as last one. I love Erin Sterling. I loved The X-Hex. I actually got it from the library, and then I was telling my mom about it. She's like, oh my gosh, that sounds like so good. Maybe I'll check it out. I returned that book to the library, went to Target, and picked it up. So my mom has a copy of it. But yeah, I'm super excited to read this. Hopefully I can read it pretty soon, because every season is witch season to me. Yeah. The next book I have is You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Hogel. The only reason I'm putting this on is because I stole this from my mom, and I want to be able to give it back to her, even though it's going to end up back on my shelf anyway. So I'm going to read this. This is also the only, like, romance book that's on my TBR for 2023. Even though I have a lot of romance. Like, I just picked up, like, a whole bunch of them. So, we'll see. The next two books I have are both by Madeline Miller. I have The Song of Achilles and Circe, or whatever it's called. The reason why I've been putting these two off is because it's like, you either love one and hate one, or you hate both. I'm petrified. But I love Greek mythology, despite not knowing much about it anymore. So I want to read them and get my opinion, and if I don't like them, I can give them away. Or I can put them back on my shelf, and I can let other people go through them. So, next I have Honestly Ben by Bill Coningsburg. The first book in this is called Openly Straight, and I hated the LGBT representation in that book. But Ben, who is my favorite character, has his own book. And I want to read this so bad. This is probably going to go on like my this week TBR, which means I'm going to try and pick it up sometime this week. Yes. Next I have Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. I feel like I've read this book before and I just don't remember it, but I also know that I love the movie. I also love him. So, Nick Robinson, that's his name. I love Nick Robinson. He was better in The Fifth Wave, but I'm going to read the book. I'm going to get my opinion on it, because I'm not one of those people that's always like, oh my gosh, the book is so much better than the movie. Like, no, that's not true. It's true when it comes to the Harry Potter movies, but other than that, that's not entirely true. Like, me personally, I like the Twilight movies better than the books. Anyway, the last book on this TBR is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. This is my dad's favorite book, or like one of his favorite books, and I got it for Christmas one year from him. So I think I got it last Christmas. But I also love the movie. The movie, it's one of my absolute favorite movies of all time. And so when I read Warcross by Marie Lu, I was hooked, because it's literally just like this book in the movie. So I want to read the book, and then I want to get the second one, and then I want to give it to my dad so he can read it, and we can talk about it together, because me and my dad have nothing in common. But yeah, that's all the books. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's 18 books. I think I can do it. And then obviously, all the books that I have in Pennsylvania are they're in a video. If you scroll down a little bit, I think it's like the second or third video down. That's not true, but it's like one of the last few videos I posted. So if you want to know all the books I have there, what's on my TBR there, then there you go. But yeah, that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. All my social media is also down below, and I will see you later, whatever that may be. Bye!